Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 22nd, 2024 in the morning, and feeling a little bit stressed out. There's a possibility of rain late today. Hopefully we won't get too much. But working down here in the location that I'll be working on today and yesterday where I was working, and I didn't film any of the area where I was working yesterday, but so this is the pond excavation that's going on down here, where this is the canal section down here that I dug a couple years ago. And over there I took off with a drone. Hopefully recently I've made a video, and there were big piles of sand over there and soil. I moved all of those, expanded the road. All that worked out pretty well. And then yesterday I had a large pile of topsoil over there, and I took that material and distributed it to a storage location and around some oak trees as well. And then I worked my way down along this edge here, building up the margins down here, all these edges. We want lots of edges and margins for the diversity of wildlife that will inhabit this whole area. But that's the peninsula area there. It's still too wet to do much with, and I added a lot more very wet soil over there yesterday because I started excavating an area down in here, and that's pretty tough excavating right there. I'll talk more about that later. But one of the things is that the sand material, well, it's actually, well, I should say this now. So there's sand, silt, and clay that break down from the mother bedrock materials and all. And I've had videos on this topic, but sand is the largest of those three, silt is in between, and clay is the really small particles, charged particles. And clay is really less permeable to water, and sand is most permeable to water. And so this is mostly all sand down in here and over there where I excavated. But there's smaller particles, and it's more silt, and that's what some of the silt is suspended in the water here. And I'm sure there's some clay particles that small as well. But I started excavating over there, but with this material now up there closer to Elon, where the excavator is, it starts to get rocky up there. And so that's the path I'm going up the road with all the material, hauling it out over there. Some of it I'm bringing around and heading over to another road over there. But digging into this material, it's almost like digging into hardpan, and it's really tough when you're digging underwater. So that's why my cortisol level's up today. The stress level of trying to beat the rain. Because any small amount of rain, because this is downhill, it all sort of runs down this way, but it percolates up through the sand and silt material that's below this, and it just works its way up. So as I'm digging, more and more water works its way down in here. So, I mean, which is wonderful. It just is stressful trying to dig down here, because if I make a wrong move or I don't leave myself enough space, I can get into trouble with the equipment and all. So I started excavating a spot there yesterday, and I wanted to start to excavate there, but I'll block myself in because I want to leave that small island of trees and bushes right there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, make sure my edge here is secure, so I'll fill that in a little bit more so the wildlife, the turtles, can get up on there. And again, it's margins. We have all these edges where we have more diversity of all species, plant and animal and microbial species as well. So I'll probably come down here and start digging over here, even though it's still wet, and see if I can dry up the area some, work my way over into here, and then connect the area over there, see if I can get a big pit here, but we'll see. The drier it is, the easier it is to excavate. And I guess that's it. Enough chatting. We'll get working here. hopefully things work well today.
In the stillness of the morning light, I walk the land, take in the sight. Every leaf, every blade of grass tells a story of the seasons past. With open eyes and an open heart, I take a step, make a start, learning from the earth beneath my feet, where the sun shines, where the shadows meet. Observe and interact, that's the way nature's wisdom guides the day. Listen to the wind, watch the trees, feel the rhythm of the breeze. Observe and interact, that's the key to living in harmony. The song of birds, the buzzing bees teach the lessons of the trees. Each connection, every sign forms the patterns clear and kind. With patience now and with care, I see the answers everywhere in the whisper of the flowing stream. Nature's voice, a gentle dream. Observe and interact, that's the way nature's wisdom guides the day. Listen to the wind, watch the trees, feel the rhythm of the breeze. Observe and interact, that's the key to living in harmony. In the dance of life, we find our place, learning from nature's grace. Every moment, every glance, an invitation to enhance. Observe and interact, that's the way nature's wisdom guides the day. Listen to the wind, watch the trees, feel the rhythm of the breeze. Observe and interact, that's the key to living in harmony. So take a moment, take it slow, let the natural rhythms flow. Observe and interact, and you'll see the beauty of life's synergy. Observe and interact, and you'll find a world of wonder intertwined. Dance of life, we find our place, learning from nature's grace. Every moment, every glance, an invitation to in kind. And with patience now and with care, I see the answers everywhere in the whisper of the flowing stream. Nature's voice, a gentle dream. In the dance of life, we find our place, learning from nature's grace. In the dance of life, we find our place, learning from nature's grace. In the circle of life, we find our place. Every little thing has its space. From the leaves that fall to the rain that pours, nature teaches us there's always more. Every scrap, every bit can be used. In the cycle of life, nothing's refused. Turning waste into wealth, it's clear. A sustainable world starts here. Produce no waste, let it flow in the garden of life. Let it grow, reuse, recycle every day. Nature's balance, we'll find our way. Produce no waste, keep it clean. In the beauty of the earth, our dream. From the kitchen scraps to the garden bed, we compost life, keep it fed. Every bottle, every can find a new life in our hands. With a mindful heart and a caring soul, we find new ways to make things whole. In the cycle of life we see a world of endless possibility. Produce no waste, let it flow in the garden of life. Let it grow, reuse, recycle every day. In nature's balance we'll find our way. Produce no waste, keep it clean. In the beauty of the earth, our dream. From the kitchen scraps to the garden bed, we compost life, keep it fed. Every bottle, every can find a new life in our hands. With a mindful heart and a caring soul, we find new ways to make things whole. In the choices that we make, every step we take, we can heal the earth, renew in everything we do. Produce no waste, let it flow in the garden of life. Let it grow, reuse, recycle every day. In nature's balance we'll find our way. Produce no waste, keep it clean. In the beauty of the earth, our dream. So we cherish and we care for the world we all share. Produce no waste, make it right. In nature's wisdom, find the light.
I just believe the way we all share.
Reduce no waste, make it right. In nature's wisdom, find the light.
In the tapestry of life we start to see patterns woven guiding you and me. From the stars above to the earth below, nature's blueprint, it starts to show. From the fractals in a leaf so small to the cycles of the rise and fall, we learn to see, we learn to know. From patterns, details start to grow. Design from patterns, let them lead. In the fields of life, sow the seed. From the broad to the specific view, in nature's dance we find what's true. Design from patterns, find the way. In harmony where balance stays. In the forest's canopy, a map unfolds. Paths and connections, stories told. Every creature, every tree, a part of nature's symphony. From the rivers winding through the land to the veins upon a leaf so grand, we trace the lines we understand. In the patterns life is planned. Design from patterns, let them lead. In the fields of life, sow the seed. From the broad to the specific view, in nature's dance we find what's true. Design from patterns, find the way. In harmony where balance stays. In the rhythm of the seasons call, patterns guide us one and all. From the dawn until the night, in the patterns find the light. Design from patterns, let them lead. In the fields of life, sow the seed. From the broad to the specific view, in nature's dance we find what's true. Design from patterns, find the way. In harmony where balance stays. So we learn and so we grow. In the patterns, let them show. Design from patterns, find the grace. In nature's embrace. Design from patterns, let them lead. In the fields of life, sow the seed. From the broad to the specific view, in nature's dance we find what's true. Design from patterns, find the way. In harmony where balance stays. In the rhythm of the seasons call, patterns guide us one and all. Design from patterns, find the grace. In nature's embrace.
Well, I just had some lunch, which is good. I feel a bit better. Still a bit stressed out. I was able to use Elon to excavate out a significant area and create a couple of piles of the sand and material. One of the piles is on the peninsula, which I'll wait until that completely dries out. But because of digging down in that slop and all, I actually lost 2 teeth off the excavation bucket from Elon there. So I'm going to have to replace those. And I got that pile that I got, there's so much water in the buckets of a significant part of it. I've got to move that slop now, because that's what it is, slop. And we're getting into an area where it's not just sand. There's some good size stones, rocks in there as well. Nothing good like gravel, just getting back to our bony stuff. So I'm going to go down with the Hulk here with the bucket and start bringing some of it up. I started bringing it up before lunch and putting it alongside of the roadway that's closest to the pond system, where there's the drop off, and I put all those stumps and grindings and just covering those up at that point. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just want to beat the rain. We're supposed to get some rain tonight, and but at least I got a hole dug. So here we go.
In the corners of the world where shadows play, where the edges meet and blend, a new path lays. From the wild and untamed to the boundaries line, in the margins of the land, treasures we will find. Where the different worlds collide, in the margins where secrets hide, in the spaces where the wilds grow, there's a magic we can know. Use edges and value the marginal, in the meeting points life's original. In the fringe of the grand design, find the wealth so rare, so fine. Use edges, let them show, in the margins watch us grow. Where the forest meets the field and rivers wind, in the transition zones, new paths we find. From the untouched lands to the spaces in between, in the edges realm we glimpse the unseen. In the different worlds collide, in the margins where secrets hide, in the spaces where the wilds grow, there's a magic we can know. Use edges and value the marginal, in the meeting points life's original. In the fringe of the grand design, find the wealth so rare, so fine. Use edges, let them show, in the margins watch us grow. In the contrast that we see, in the meeting of the sea and tree, in the margins life's revealed, in the blend our fate is sealed. Use edges and value the marginal. In the meeting points, life's original. In the fringe of the grand design, find the wealth so rare, so fine. Use edges, let them show. In the margins, watch us grow. So we cherish every line. In the boundaries, let them shine. Use edges, value all. In the margins, we stand tall. In the dance of time, the seasons turn. With every shift we learn and yearn. Change is the rhythm, life's grand song. In its embrace, we all belong. When the winds of change start to blow, in the currents we'll find the flow. With open hearts and minds so free, we adapt and we find our way to be. We reuse and respond to change. In the ebb and flow, we rearrange. In the twists and turns, we find our chance to evolve, to grow, to dance. Creatively use, let it unfold. In the story that's yet to be told. Creatively use, let it unfold. In the story that's yet to be told. From the storms that come to the gentle breeze, in every challenge we find ease. With every change a chance to grow. In the shifting tides our strength will show. In the face of what's unknown, we adapt and we have grown. In the changes that we see, we find our creativity. Creatively use and respond to change. In the ebb and flow, we rearrange. In the twists and turns, we find our chance to evolve, to grow, to dance. Creatively use, let it unfold. In the story that's yet to be told. Creatively use, let it unfold. In the story that's yet to be told. From the storms that come to the gentle breeze, in every challenge we find ease. With every change a chance to grow. In the shifting tides our strength will show. In the face of what's unknown, we adapt and we have grown. In the changes that we see, we find our creativity. Creatively use and respond to change. In the ebb and flow, we rearrange. In the twists and turns, we find our chance to evolve, to grow, to dance. Creatively use, let it unfold. In the story that's yet to be told. Creatively use, let it unfold. In the story that's yet to be told. In the unknown we find the light. In the change we take flight. In the heart of every shift we find the gift, we find the lift. Creatively use, let it unfold. In the story that's yet to be told. So we face the winds with grace. In the changes find our place. Creatively use and respond with might. In the change we find our life.
So it's the end of the day, and pretty happy with what I was able to get accomplished. We've got about an hour before, excuse me, before the storms get here. I don't know how much we'll end up getting, but I was able to excavate out this large section over in there, just on the other side of the little turtle perch here, and pretty happy with that. As I mentioned, I lost 2 teeth from the excavator bucket, but when I was removing the soil from over there, I found one of the teeth, so that's good. So I was able to get a lot of that material, soupy stuff, and it's a real hassle moving that, and the area that I'm going up over there is really bony. No longer sand, getting into some heavy-duty rocks again, pretty good sized boulders. So we're making a transition from where we are right now. As I excavate back further, it'll get pretty bony, which means that the water will move through that. You know, if I hit a vein in there, it'll move through that pretty darn quickly, as opposed to the sand where it just sort of very passively moves between all the tiny pores of the sand particles and all. I did have to pile some up over there on the peninsula. I'll get that out at another point in time. But I was real happy I was able to get that amount out. I just came down with Elon and opened up the passageway a little bit better so that it can go over into that first pool that I dug over there that I haven't gone back to yet. And I made a little bit of a, try to make a clearing so the water can come down from whatever comes down on the surface there and make their way into this area, so that I'm not dealing with standing water when I start excavating again. And this shrub, bushy, small tree section right there, that will make that into a small island, so I started sculpting out around that. So we'll see what the weather brings and how things look tomorrow, and see if we can make some more headway over there. I'd really like to get the major excavations and the big earth, the amount of earth that I've got to move, moved. It's worked out pretty darn great so far, and I'm real happy I got as far as I did get today. But when you're dealing with the weather, it's one of those things there where when you start something, you want to get that part finished, because the sides cave in, all of the things that happen when you get a downpour and all. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope for some decent weather, and hopefully I'll be able to hit back at this tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you stay safe and take good care of yourselves. I'm gonna go get some rest. Bye-bye now.